Welcome back to Let's Play Biohazard 4, aka Resident Evil 4. I'm RJ, joined by C-Dub. Corey, we have made it to one of the most exciting parts of the game.
Yeah, what's going on up here? I see some chickens, some people. Oh boy, this isn't the kind of barbecue I was hoping to come to.
No, that's our Policia friend, and I'm willing to say he is probably dead. These guys don't look too bad, C-Dub. Let's go ask for directions. Can you tell us where the watering hole is, sir? He looks like a vagrant. Okay, I'm pretty sure they're going to try to kill us, Corey. What do you think I should do?
Sir, you're going to have to stop. Sir, you're going to have to stop right now. Sir. All right, well, RJ, you're going to have to shoot these guys. The hell with it. This lady's got to go, too.
This bitch has got a scythe. Yeah. Oh, it looks like the chicken laid an egg. Let's make sure to grab that. In fact, this is probably a damn good time to use the egg, as it is attacking us. Eggs are pretty good because they don't take up much inventory space and they give you much needed health. Now, this is a pretty crazy section, as we already mentioned. Damn you, as I just got chopped in the face. There is an optional cutscene that can play if you enter a certain building. And you pretty much are going to want to enter that building because you can find a shotgun inside of it. And this is a pretty early stage of the game to get that. I do recommend to try to thin out the ranks of the not zombies before you do that. As you can see, a hidden item located up there on the roof. Let's knock this guy down. If we're lucky, he'll give us an item. I think we broke his neck. Yes, that door is wide open for a reason. They're tempting you to run into that door, and when you do, you will have the introduction of the Chainsaw Baghead Man. Corey, you remember that fearsome beast?
Oh, yes. There's nothing more terrifying than being chased by someone who is wielding a chainsaw. Just the sound alone of the engine revving is enough to make any seasoned police officer such as Leon perhaps crap his pants. Hopefully we can get through all this and survive this wave. It looks like they're starting to pile up on us a little bit here.
Yeah, they've ordered reinforcements. Let's go ahead and take out these guys, as I forgot to re-equip my gun. We are playing this on the Xbox 360 version. This is actually the very first time I'm playing it on this console, so definitely bear with me as I try to get the controls down here. But let's run into this house, and this is going to be a very intense moment as we will shut the door behind us. This is something that really Resident Evil 4 kind of made famous, or at least something that made this game famous, was locking up everything, of course putting the bookshelves in front of all the windows, as tons of zombies, including really crazy guys with chainsaws, try to break in and kill you. Man, this is pretty tough to survive this challenge, C-Dub.
Yeah, it's certainly time for Leon to batten down the hatches. We got a crazy son of a bitch with a chainsaw coming after us. It's time for Leon to make a stand if he's going to be able to rescue the president's daughter, Ashley Graham.
Yes. Alright, we do have a shotgun as I pressed the wrong button. Let's go ahead and take out some of these guys, as it's not going to take very long at all for the chainsaw bastard to come at us. These guys are making their way. Uh-oh. This guy's coming with a ladder. Oh, man.
Gonna have to convince that.
We know the chainsaw guy is probably going to come any second. He could be behind us at any moment. I'm going to come out of this window. You know what? It's probably best to jump off for now. Now, there was that hidden treasure on top of the roof, so we're going to have to make sure to go back there. But, C-Dub, man, I know you've played through Resident Evil 5 as well as this one, where they really kind of put you in a lot of scenarios just like this. Do you have any Oh, god damn it, here comes the chainsaw guy. Do you have any strategies that you use that you can kind of share with me?
Yeah, most definitely, man. If you're not shooting, you need to be reloaded. Always be sure that you have a full magazine in each weapon so that you don't get into one of those situations where you're in tight in a battle, and instead of shooting the guy, you're busy reloading. That usually means instant death in these games. I would certainly suggest putting plenty of space between you and your enemies here, these hostile villagers, and just make use of tactical maneuvers. It's basically all about positioning and thinning out the herd, and as RJ mentioned, getting everybody to funnel into you rather than surround you. And of course, as you can see that RJ takes advantage of, the melee attack, once you do have somebody on the ground, is a great way to conserve ammunition.
Yes, I tried to pull it off. Unfortunately, they swarmed me. Was not able to do it, and I am low on health here. That's definitely something I'm going to want to look out for. Now, all these houses are littered with items, so it's important to walk around and grab all that stuff. It's a little bit challenging when you have a guy with a chainsaw following you around. I don't think I could get into this door because I barricaded it open. Oh, never mind. Here we go. As I think there is some health back here. Let me try to grab it in time. Here's some much needed ammo. Let's try to bust open these doors. Or, I'm sorry, barrels. Ah, yes. Green herb. Let's go ahead and use this, Corey. And let's take out the rest of the guys. Oh boy. Looks like Chainsaw Guy's got some moves. Let's put his life to an end.
Yeah, that was another welcomed addition that added a nice challenge to to Resident Evil 4 from the previous ones. Is the simple fact that they're not zombies. We know that. At this point, they're hostile villagers. You know, they're very evasive. They have some human-like maneuvers where it's not just shooting a mindless creature like a zombie that we saw in the previous games.
Yeah, we managed to take out the chainsaw head, or baghead chainsaw guy. I don't know, we'll have to find something to call them. They probably do have a certain word. Ooh, it's an interesting picture. What do we have here? That's Lord Sadler. We'll be meeting him later on in the game. But definitely crucial to kill those guys because they leave 10,000 gold behind. Very useful, as we will be getting a ton of guns and all kinds of crazy stuff to help us out in our adventure. Right now we are limited to a pistol. We've already ran out of shotgun ammo.
Yeah, that's, here in the early goings, it's definitely important to make sure to conserve your ammunition, make each shot count, make efficient use of the melee attacks, and yeah, that's pretty much the key to survival.
Now, spoiler warning, I do know that pretty soon, I think a clock goes off or a bell or something, and all of the guys will retreat. So I'm not sure if you have to kill a certain amount of zombies or stay alive for a certain amount of time before that happens. But I really don't want to waste too much ammo if it's not necessary, but it looks like you do have to kill a certain amount of zombies. Let's kill this chick here, and hopefully that'll be enough to do it.
Now, didn't you mention there was a treasure up there on that rooftop that we didn't get?
Yeah, I definitely have to go back up there. There's also some stuff up in this tower as well. I think there's some shotgun ammo. Yes, much needed. Here's a pretty interesting part, Corey. Watch how far Leon can fall without breaking his kneecaps. Truly impressive.
That's absolutely very impressive by Leon. We certainly suggest none of our viewers try to jump down some sort of tunnel or chute and imitate as Leon is doing here. And definitely don't try to take on a horde full of angry villagers either.
Yeah, not a good idea. As I do need to start using the knife more. It's a little bit, it's kind of tough here as I get the controls all down, and there we go. Finally, I've killed enough zombies to have them retreat. Apparently it is dinner time. They'll have to go eat some roadkill or whatever the hell it is they eat.
It seems like they're all just in a trance of some sort.
And I remember
it's like they're zombies, but they're not zombies.
Now we'll be learning a lot more about them, pretty soon here. But I remember when that happened, that was intense as hell. I didn't know if I was going to ever be able to beat it, and I was relieved to finally beat it. But then you realize you're only just getting started. Welcome to Resident Evil 4.
Hunnigan, I have some bad news. I've confirmed the body of an officer. Something's happened to the people here.
Leon, you need to get out of there.
I think that's definitely one of the main storylines, as Corey touched on here, with the whole zombie aspect. You know, they're not zombies. We're so used to playing all the Resident Evils that you're kind of on the lookout for that right off the bat. You're like, okay, is there going to be a licker? Is, a nemesis going to show up? What's going on here? But at first, it just seems to be some pissed off normal people, I guess you can call them. So it definitely is very mysterious. What are you taking from this early portion of the game here, Corey? Obviously I know you know what's going to happen and what the hell's going on here. But if you were first coming into the game, what would you think was going down here?
Well, I can remember the first time I did ever play this game, I was like, oh, sweet, more zombies. And they're not zombies. And that, to me, right off the bat, was the most intriguing thing. Like, what the hell is wrong with these people? What the hell happened here? So it definitely kept me wanting to move along more in the game and uncover everything that's going on, find out what the hell is going on here, what's causing this, and to certainly stop it, as only Leon Kennedy can.
Ah, yes, the red herb. Very nice. Corey, for the couple people who are probably watching this who haven't played a Resident Evil game, they're probably confused as hell about the herb situation. Can you kind of explain that for them?
Yeah. As a certified herbologist here myself, I can tell you that in the Resident Evil games, what you're basically going to be doing is you have the basic green herb, and then you have the red herb. I believe this has the yellow herb, and you can mix them all together, and it basically strengthens them and adds different effects.
Yeah, and we really appreciate those of you who are joining us for the playthrough. As we mentioned in part 1, we'll be playing through all of the Resident Evils. We're huge fans of the series, and this is the first one we're going to go through. We'll be playing through the remake, Resident Evil 1 remake, hopefully very soon as well. Resident Evil 2, I know, Corey, that's probably one of your personal favorites.
Oh, absolutely, man, most definitely. The original, I remember getting the PlayStation and sending one of my buddies off to the store to rent Twisted Metal. That was, of course, back in the day when you could rent video games instead of just having to buy them. And he said, man, they didn't have Twisted Metal, but they did have this Resident Evil. So it basically all started way back when for me in about 1996, 97, whatever year it was. And just the whole story is fascinating to me. It's always very well written. It's kind of crazy to say for a company as illustrious as Capcom, but this is one of their best franchises.
Yeah, for sure. It's too bad that they haven't really taken good care of the series, as we will be complaining about further on into the playthrough. We have a lot to talk about when it comes to the current state of Resident Evil. I believe they will have Resident Evil out at some point. Corey, what have you heard about that game?
All that I've heard about the next step in Resident Evil is that it is supposedly going to return more to the survival horror of classic, of the 1, 2, 3, the first games. I'm not sure as far as a release schedule, when it's supposed to happen. I have to assume that Capcom's probably working on it right now. Chances are it's going to be next gen. We're going to see our first Resident Evil on the new consoles, which is, for me, I'm really looking forward to that.
Hell yes. All right, this is an interesting area here. Looks to be a farm. And there's some sort of medallion here hanging. Those are the medallions that Corey had mentioned in part 1. What do we have in here? A typewriter. Alright, so we have saved the game. Definitely important to do that every time you get to a typewriter. Unlike in past Resident Evil games, you don't need any ribbon or anything like that. It just will automatically save it. There are the medallions. We'll check those out in a second. I do want to grab this treasure first. This is an important one because it is hanging above a tub of muck. So what you have to do is shoot this beam. Now you're going to make sure not to touch it after that. You have to shoot it down and then take the necklace. If you hit the button before shooting the necklace down, it will open up the lid to the tub of muck for good. So that's a bit of a little puzzle. It's kind of a, oh damn it, as the guy once again gets me in the head because I forget to reload my ammo there. I gotta make sure to start doing that as we head deep into the village where it's going to get harder and harder. Definitely can't wait to get some more guns, as this pistol is pretty challenging to use. Good thing we don't have to worry about guys with guns at this point.
Yeah, it's definitely good for right now. Another thing that we're going to see in upcoming episodes is the fact that you can upgrade your weapons, which I thought was an awesome addition. You know, you can upgrade the capacity, the power, a lot of the other stuff. And that's certainly something you're going to want to do with the gold that you find in this game.
Yes, thank goodness for all the chicken eggs. Definitely helping us out here. A great way to get health. Alright, let's go ahead and find some guys. In fact, let's look at this poster over here. This is going to tell us to collect the blue medallions. Now, this is not really that necessary. If you can shoot all 15 of them, 7 being in the farm, 8 in the cemetery, it will unlock a upgraded pistol called the Punisher. So it's not totally necessary, as it is a gun that you know, it's not useful for too long. You probably aren't going to be wanting to use pistols all that much once you can get other kind of guns, but at the same time, ammo is at a surplus, so a lot of times you're forced to use a pistol. You might as well use the best one possible, which for a while will be the Punisher. So we'll make sure to unlock that and try it out. Let's go ahead and kill this guy here. What was your favorite gun to use when they switched it up to this playstyle, C-Dub?
Oh man, I'm a big fan of revolvers. I can't necessarily remember what the big revolver was in this game. I know in Resident Evil 5, it's essentially the Smith & Wesson 500, which is just ridiculous. You know, those have always been my favorite, both in real life and in this game.
Yeah, I mean, I have to go with the obvious answer of shotgun. This game seems like it was made for the shotgun. What do we have here? Oh, lovely. That looks pretty disgusting.
Yeah.
I hope the cows aren't eating from that or drinking from that. Man, these graphics are just amazing. You know, if you compare it to other GameCube titles or really any game for that generation, it's just like playing through a painting. This reminds me of like a Thomas Kincaid painting or something like that. The backgrounds are very lush. You know, this is probably the best looking area of the entire game, so it does come early on, but it looks fantastic, and it's just amazing. It really feels like a playable movie, and this is one of my favorite environments in the Resident Evil series, where as Corey kind of touched on in part 1, most of the time you're in haunted mansions or police stations, which might as well be a haunted mansion. This one puts you in a really different environment.
Yeah, most definitely.
Where would you rank this one compared to the other environments, the police stations? There's a pretty cool area you go to, like an island area in Code Veronica, and of course the original mansion in Resident Evil included all kinds of crazy things, including a shark tank area in the remake. But this was pretty sick. Man.
For me, honestly, it's all about the mansion and the police station. Certainly, the environments that we saw in this Resident Evil 4 as well as 5 are sort of similar. It seems like it's a little bit less of a something really super creepy out, a giant mansion or a whole city essentially that's corrupt and under the control of Umbrella. This was a little bit different. It felt a little bit more raw and a little bit more organic, and it's certainly something that that I appreciated going forward. It was a welcome change.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it, C-Dub. All right, definitely starting to get the hang of the play style of this game. Those earlier portions can be some of the hardest areas of the game just because it's not exactly the most user-friendly control style, but once you get used to it, it's just fine. And they throw a ton of guys at you, and you kind of have to figure it out quickly. Let's go ahead and take out Billy Bob here. Shot to the knee probably will do it, as we need to get him to kneel down before us. We can give him the judo kick and shoot him in the head to put him away. Very good headshots can be found in this game.
Yes.
Now there is a treasure over in this room, so we'll have to figure that out. Let's see what else we have here. I think we cleared out all the guys here, Corey. There might be one other guy in this area here. But let's go ahead and leave it off for this episode, guys. Make sure to stay tuned. We really appreciate you tuning in and joining us for our Resident Evil 4 playthrough. We will catch you in part 3, where we venture further into this extremely creepy village. See you guys there.